Alright, hey, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be building Pompeii Realty with Dash over here, and this is the Ralph Nexus core team. We've been in the business for almost 4 years right now, and this is going to be the first live session that we're going to have. Dash, if you want to say any words.
Hello, everyone.
Alright, cool.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, let's get started. Cool. Let's open up the current state of VS Code. So how we work is usually we create a repository with create next app, and we have a boilerplate, and then we pick up from there and move ahead. Let's have a look how we have the design at the moment. So this is the initial draft that we have of this website. So it's a real estate landing page. So basically there's a client who wants a real estate website where he can showcase all of his properties together and also about his own company. So it's going to be standard. We have an about us page. We have the apartments, like all of the apartments that he has, and which ones are for sale and for landlords and so on. And this is going to be localized in 2 languages, one in English and one in Italian. And what we're going to do for this is we'll be using Next I18N for the localization, and we will directly be translating it with 2 JSON files as such. That's the base idea. Then we have the hero section, pretty standard, looks really amazing. Then we have 2 CTAs, like image CTAs. People can click on this and get redirected to that specific page, followed up by like more visuals as such. This is going to be a sub-hero, let's say, or like a section where we show the different areas that we are in and who we are, a bit more unwrapping of the chapter, showing up the founders, the team, and the current testimonials. The idea is that testimonials will be rotating and followed up by a contact us CTA section. Then we have a specific newsletter section as such. There's not going to be contact us, but like a newsletter. Or this is still in like development. So we have contact us being repeated over here, but that's still in development. This would ideally be newsletter. Then we have a map box section where we show the current location of Pompeii Realty with the maps. And so this is still in the discussion, like we can do Google Maps or Mapbox. We previously have experience with Mapbox, so we will probably pick that up. What do you think, Dash?
Yeah, probably, that should be easier.
Nice.
Find the Google Maps.
Nice. Then we have like contact information, followed up by a clean footer, not a lot. So we just have about us, agents, contact us, privacy policy, and like copyright section with socials and details. Like, yeah, this is the basic idea. Let's get started. We are going to split this in 2 sections to get started and have like a first draft of the code. The initial navigation section and the hero section is going to be built by me, followed up by this image CTA by Dash, and also the where are we section by Dash. So let's get started. Any questions, Dash?
Let's get started.
Cool. Let's see. So what exactly do we have so far? Because I think I was trying to record. I think you already started with it. Is there something we need to do with layouts and fonts and so on?
Everything is handled. So the base layout is like Next.js template is cleaned up. I've added a container so that we can containerize the code that we're doing inside that component. Also cleaned up some of the styles.
Yeah,
we're all set.
Awesome. So let's just continue. So this is the website that we're rebuilding at the moment, and if we open up this website, usually what I recommend is we just copy the SEO section that they have, like the meta details, right? So for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and search over here for the title and the description without being too messy. Let's just go back and we can see, we can just paste it over here. Now we can build on top of it. You see we have extra space and so on, which is not very nice. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this and just have Pompeii Realty as such. Let's go to the description. There we go. So we have the description, and I'm going to copy that over here as well. Then I don't really like to extend this like by myself, so I use a quick tool called Codium, and I will just say make this SEO metadata production ready. Bear in mind, this is the Next.js app directory. Next 14. Add keywords, etc. Cool. So let's see what happens over here. Boom. So we already have everything that we require at the moment. And do we have the image by any chance, Dash? Yes.
The hero image?
Yes. So we need to add the image later on, but it's fine, I guess. OG title does not exist. This is probably because it needs to be in its own object, and that's fine. We're going to remove this. The viewport is there, keywords is there. I think we'll set with this for now, right? Rome, expat, housing, apartment, furnished, Italy. Sounds good. Now, let's move forward. With that, layout is handled. Now, let's go to the page. How exactly does the page look? We have the container followed up with a div with CTA with image, CTA with image. This will be a section, right? Dash, not div, right?
Yeah.
So let's convert that to section. Or does the container become a section? The container will be a section, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, cool. So let's go there. Let's convert it. Cool. Now let's go back. Let's have a look at the current state of the website. So I'm going to close this. This is the old website. So in order to have a look at the current website with Next.js, you should check if the port is still 3000. It is 3000 by default, but I'm just quickly going to look. Yes, cool. So I'm going to open that. We have broken images at the moment, which Dash is fixing. We will not be touching that. We will be looking into the navigation section initially. So let's break this down. Zoom in, and we have the image logo, right? So let's first export that. How do you export that in Figma? Is you first double click on it or click Command plus left click on your mouse, and you can see that item selected. You can either right click and copy as SVG or copy as PNG, but that gets messy. What I like to do is click on export and export as PNG. And once I do that, I have the image file downloaded, right? So that's cool. What we need to do next is firstly check if the background is fully white. Yes, cool. Now we're going to go back and we are going to be importing that image to VS Code. How do we do that? Pull this over here, open up VS Code, go right there, and we're going to put this in public directory. This is going to be logo.png, so I'm going to replace this like so. And now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to say within main, we are going to be having a nav section, and this is going to be our navigation section. But do we build items like this? No. So what we're going to do, we are going to be creating a navigation component like so. Dash, by the way, you can interrupt me if there's anything interesting you want to show or like anything weird you see. Feel free.
Sure.
Cool. Now let's open up the components and add a navigation .tsx file. Usually it's better to create a design system if you're creating platforms, but we want to do this as like a weekend gig, so we're trying to do this as fast as possible. That's why we're going to do this like in component wise, just add all the components in the components directory and put it right there. If it gets bloated, we do directory structure. But this is it. Now, navigation file is right here. What do we have to do first? We have to create the component. You can either go ahead and say export default blah 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 blah, write it by yourself, or you can use the RFC snippets, right? So what you do is tsrafce. This is TypeScript React arrow function export component. When you do this, you get this specific component as such. So how did I do this? There's a very neat extension called RFC, React snippets, ES snippets or something. Yeah, ES7 plus React snippets. So this allows you to do it. There's also another way where you can create the snippet by yourself, modify it as you like, but that's for another video. Let's see. Now you need to replace this with nav tags, and now inside this we are going to be building this section exactly, right? So let's get started. We're using Tailwind CSS, so we can do everything with utility classes. Initially, I'm going to be checking the container the Dash has created already because he has looked into this. I'm going to import navigation as well so we don't have any issues. I'm going to call this navigation class name. I'm going to say max width is 7XL and MX Auto. Dash, one quick question while we are looking into this. Why have we gone with 7XL and not Screen XL?
Okay, this is the first time I'm hearing about Screen XL. So what's the difference actually?
So screen actually maps to different screen sizes. So you have max width screen SM, max width screen MD, LG, XL, and 2XL accordingly. So XL is like our usual laptops, the laptops that we have, 1280 pixels.
Okay.
That is there. I think 7XL maps to somewhere around that, 1280. And this is 1280 as well. So it's same. So I would recommend going with that because if you want to go with higher screen size, you can go directly. But yeah,
Makes sense.
they added this recently.
Oh,
Nice.
it's a good to know.
It's a good thing we are streaming.
It's
It's a good thing we are recording. Nice. So navigation section. Now we have done that. The reason why exactly have we used max width XL and MX Auto? This is because when you expand to larger screen sizes from like mobile to, I don't know, 4K screens and so on, in that situation you don't want this stretched out, right? It looks super weird and nasty. So you want that centered in the screen with like nice white spaces on the left and right. So that's why we are using this max width 7XL and MX Auto. This just centers your entire content in between with a width bound. That's it. Now, let's see what we can do inside. We need to have a logo on the left, and then we have some nav links inside, like 4 nav links to be precise. Then we have a language switcher. So do we need a component for any one of this? Yes, we do. We needed a component for this language switcher, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I will go ahead and create a new component. This is going to be language switcher.tsx, tsrafce. There's going to be language switcher, and since we are using a language switcher, I'm going to be having a div followed up by button and button. God bless ChatGPT. Now we're going to go to Flex. Oops, my bad. GitHub Copilot. Sorry. Flex. Yeah, you can go to jail for saying wrong things. Gap 3, and then now great. I'm gonna add like a divider as such over here. I'm gonna say div class name. Yes, this is good. I don't want BG black though. I want something better. Should we select, do we have primary colors or like secondary colors already? Should we put that down somewhere?
Yeah, so there are 2 major colors that are being repeated in all the cases. Let me just quickly grab that and send it to you.
No, put it in tailwind config.
Right.
Like primary and secondary, that would be good. Great. Until then, I'm just gonna have this here. Nice. So this is done. And button on click equals this to do something. Change chased. Great. So this is it. And since we have used onClick, we have something called client components and server components. We have to convert this component as a client component because this has a client interaction, which is an onClick handler. And over here, we can get rid of the props. So in the future, what we're going to do is we're just going to redirect this to that specific URL. But I'm a bit worried. Should we really need a client component here? No, because the buttons would need a client component, but link wouldn't require a client component. And since we're using Next-IATN in the future, it's better to use link. There we go. So this can be a server component as well. Doesn't have to be a button. We can convert this to a next link by just saying link, and then we can import the next link somehow if I can. Yeah, there we go. And link does not have an on click, rather it has a href. Just gonna do this. I don't know what this means. So we're gonna have a look at that, but there's still another problem. Problem is that we don't need something like this, but we need the flags. So I'm gonna say for English this is good, and for Italian I'm gonna go ahead and add flag of Italy. Great. Save, go back. We should already see something, but no, we will not, because I'm not showing the language switcher yet. Now let's go back. Thanks for the colors dash. So secondary color was what we were using there, so we're going to go back to language switcher, and instead of saying this, I'm going to go ahead and say secondary, and just like that we should be good. Let's see if that actually works or we have messed it up. Navigation. So currently we are rendering nothing. We need multiple items over here. So first let's remove that semicolon over there. Let's add our brackets or parentheses. And now over here, this navigation section is going to be a flex box. So flex, justify between, because you remember we have the logo on the left and the links on the right. Now over here, the first thing is going to be image. And we're going to get back to the image. There's going to be like source equals, actually no, let's do it now. Logo.png, alt logo, and height and width should be filled automatically. Perfect. And now if I do that, what am I missing? Why exactly is this twitching? JSX class does not support attributes because it does not have a props property. Interesting. Why? Because I have not imported image from Next.js. And why is it not importing the image from Next.js? Because I had imported some weird shit. Now this is out. Title with label is something that Dash is working on. That's nice. Let's take a quick sneak peek on what Dash is doing. Nice. Dash, do you want to explain something?
So we have some repeating components in the design where we have title, and above that we have a label, which basically defines what
nice.
the title is about.
Nice.
So I've just so since it's being repeated in some places, I've decided to put that in a component and reuse it in all the places.
Nice.
So yeah. By the way,
where have I seen this before? I have seen this before somewhere. No, it's fine. Let's not mention the project name. Continue.
Yeah. So the images are not being loaded. Can you check if the images are actually there in the public folder? Because I tried dragging and dropping, but when I reopen the image, it's not showing up.
I see vacation.png, but there's an error that occurred. Okay, yes, I know why this happens. Because like the binary conversion. Wait, which images do we want?
Vacation. Like the vacation from back.
Share in Slack, no?
Yep.
Is our chat PG? Can I open the chat on recording? Just let me know.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I don't have a different screen. I'm on one screen.
Yeah, we are using the official channel. So yeah, it should be clean.
Great. Share the exact images, please.
Yeah, I've shared that. So probably you'll have to rename it to vacation.
I got you. No. Can I drag and drop? Cool. I'm not opening my Finder when I'm sharing my screen. Okay, shit, I'll have to. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
It's good, bro. It's good. Don't worry. So CTA, vacation. You should be good. If you have any more, just send me and I'll do it. Cool. Back to navigation, we've added the logo with the width and height, and now we need another div internally with a class name of flex item center and a gap of 3. Let's verify that, but here as well it should be item center. Why? Because when you have flex row and you say justify between, it's like differentiating row wise, right? So you kind of space it row wise. And when you say item center, it means it's doing row wise but vertically, so it's positioning your item vertically, and we're doing item center just to keep it simple. Let's go back to the design. We can see we have navigation links in Figma, and we need to figure out the gap between this. A smart way to do this is command and click on that specific link, then hit Option or Alt if you're on Windows, and click on the next link. You can see the gap in pixels, which is 60 right now. So how exactly do you translate it over here? So gap 3 is like 12 pixels. So you can just go through the Tailwind configuration and see you have foreground, which is 64 pixels. Ideally, this should be fine. So we'll just go with this, and yeah. So this is going to be the links. Let's just double check if we are the same over here as well. Great. So what we can do is just render out the nav links: about, apartment, for sale, for landlords, just like that. What I like to do is I like to have a constant file, so const links equals an array, and then this will be having the names of the links itself. The better way to do it is with objects that looks like this, and this is going to be about, apartments, for sale, for landlords, right? So let's do it. About, apartments, for sale, for landlords. This should autofill. There we go. So now that that is done, what I'm going to do over here is just do links dot map of link, followed up by the link like this and the link name, and we should be golden. This link is going to be coming from next link, amazing, and the key is going to be link name, which is also nice. href is also done. We just have to do the styling a little bit, so I'm going to go class name. You can see the text size for this. So you can see it's 16, Poppins, medium. So Poppins is by default, right, Dash?
Yep.
Nice. Font, medium. And the text size was like 16 pixels, right? So, yes. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to say text SM is 14 pixels. I think base is 16, right? Yeah, base is 16. So we're just going to leave this at base. And what's the text color? 3A300D, which is our secondary color. Amazing. Great, so that is done. And then we have to render the language switcher as well. So if we did everything right and we have not messed it up, we should see results. Whoa, look at that. Not bad, not bad. Now, what we are going to do is, you see when you hover, you don't see the underline. So over here, we need like inputs from Dash actually. Dash, do you think we need to add like a hover underline for the nav links, or just leave it the way it is?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So how you can do this is just say hover underline. Too difficult, no? So anyways, let's continue. We have the underline there, and we need to have it in uppercase from the design. I'm not going to do that like from the text that I'm passing, but I'll just say uppercase from here for simplicity. And what I noticed is this looks thinner, but this doesn't look thinner. Or am I paranoid? Does it look exactly like design, or am I missing something, Dash? There's tracking difference, no? Like I can see a bit of extra tracking.
Yeah, there is.
What's
Also,
the...
I think weight font weight is a bit less.
No. It's exact. Once the tracking is set, it should be fine. Font medium is there.
All right.
Yeah, so tracking was like 20%. I don't know if we can say that here in percentage, but sometimes you get lucky. Let me try. Did that do something or no? No, right? Yeah, no. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I don't like 100. I'm gonna go with 50 or like 20. No, 35 or 40 should be good. This is like trial and error, or you have the exact height and width, but we're not trying to match it because we don't have the high resolution thing yet. Now, what's the next thing that we need? The next thing that we need is actually a bit simpler. We need the padding, but in this case, from Figma Designs, we cannot get the padding. So there is a slightly interesting way that we can do this. We can match this here. We can do like Alt, and this is like 60. So 60 on the vertical axis, I mean horizontal axis, and 45 on the vertical axis. Let's see how we can implement this. Going back here, you can see that we have the navigation, and over here, px 60 pixels, which is about this. We're gonna go with 14, and py was like 45 pixels, which is about 11. Let's see how this looks. If it matches, good. If not, we're gonna add our own little hint. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. That's not bad. Great, great. So does this do something? Language Italian, language English. Yeah, but that's because we did like query thing. I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna go inside language CTM. Ideally, this should be handled by. Yeah. I think we should do this. Let's keep it simple, and let's just do slash en or just en because it appends this. Nice. Okay, so it works. Great. Dash, I always forget this, but when we do slash en, it appends en, and when we don't include the trailing slash, it just replaces the entire thing, right?
Adds it. No, actually, if we add slash en, it replaces the entire thing. If we just do en,
Yeah.
it will append it there.
Yeah, perfect. So I'm gonna do this, and we should be good. We are not going to be implementing the I-18N locale in the call because it poses some problems. We will have to spend some time over there. However, this should be a good base for it. And cool. Now let's get started with the hero section. The nav section for desktop is done. Do we have the mobile designs already?
No.
Okay. I believe then what I would do is I would just do a little bit of hints for like the mobile design. Then we improve on top of it.
Sure.
And by hints, I mean I would just hide it. Great. So we should be having something. I mean, don't focus too much on the mobile design, but let's just keep going. Now let's have a look into the hero section. This is an interesting one. Let's try to break this down before we get started because I like to understand it this way. Firstly, Dash has built an amazing thing over here, but we need to check this a bit more. We have borders, and the border is having like a color as well from what I can see. The stroke is like 12% of 695823, which is the exact color as this, or no? No, the border color is different. Still good. And this is an image in the background. So what I'm going to do is just click on this and click on the banner image. I'm going to first export this banner image like so. And further, this means we have this entire thing. We need to add the title, then followed up by the subtitle. Then we have a CTA, like a button CTA, and we have secondary CTA. Cool, so I can do that. And the roundedness for this image container is mixed. Mixed? Why? Am I blind?
Which part exactly?
No, wait. I'm trying to figure out. There we go. Banner image 50. Okay, got it. Nothing. Got it. Because it was
Maybe you
grouped.
selected the outer content.
Yeah, it was grouped. That's why. Great. 1300, 633. Perfect. Let's get started. Now we have to go back to page. Navigation is done. Now we do the hero. This is exactly how it's done, right? We will revisit what Dash has done as well once we have completed the hero section. I think we can sprint through the hero section right now. 30 minutes strong. Let's go. So, hero section. Over here, we can actually use the container that Dash has built, because in navigation, we wanted to have the nav link, like the semantics. That's why we did not want to go with that approach. But here we can do the container approach. So what I will do is container, boom, hero, boom. That's it. Now let's open up the container. Let's look if everything is set. 7XL is not changed, so I'm going to change this to screen XL, and we are good. Perfect. I'm going to open up the hero. Boom, done. So we are done with the changes over here. And Dash has made some changes over here. Areas don't have default export because Dash is working over here. So let's keep this right there. And let's go to the hero section. I don't know why hero was not imported, but there we go. We should be good. Perfect. Nice. Go back to hero, and over here we have the div, which is okay because we are going to be having a flex. Let's understand this. We understood the image, but we did not understand this specific item, right? So there are two ways we can implement this specific approach. One is with relative, so we can give relative positioning for the image, followed up by absolute positioning for the boxes over here that show this. Or we can implement this with negative margins. And now it's a preference. So since I'm coding with Dash at the moment, I'm going to ask Dash what he likes, and we'll go with that approach. Dash, what do you think about this? We have an image, right? And then we have two boxes over here. So we have relative method where you do position, relative, absolute, and we can position in that way. Or we can do negative margin top, negative margin right.
Yeah, both should work. But when we do a negative margin, right, like the parent container will still have the space that is required for these items, both of these items. Correct me if I'm wrong, but ideally, like it should also include the height that is required for these two containers, right? So the sizing might be off, I guess. So this particular case, I think
Position, nice.
would be better.
Good one, nice. So cool, let's go with it. Now, let's do class name. Since Dash said positioning, we go with relative, and then we need to do a border as well. So this is a bit interesting because the border is for the image, and the image is going to be inside the container. Let's do this. Let's first add image. Perfect. Now let's import the image like so. Let's add the image source like so. And since we have downloaded the image over here, like the banner image, let's move that inside, right? So let's say public, and let's have a little bit of structure because we are not psychotic. So we just added there, and replace this with banner.png. Go back to image. Source is going to be banner.png, and we are good. Have we imported image? Yes, we have. Have we imported the source? Yes, we have. Now, alt banner, yes. Width and height will not work. This is where Copilot will fail. You need to fill, and this fills according to your relative divs height and width. In this case, I believe we can give the height as screen size. So for example, if you are seeing it in like a regular screen, what height do you roughly think that this is? You should give this like a positioning, like a proper height, right? So you can see this is the screen size separated by, let's take this as 30, this take as 20, so like 50 view height should look amazing on that one. Again, this is just like a thought, so let's see how that looks. 50 view height is going to be like 50 VH, and we have the height set. Width is going to be full, so it takes the parent section's width full, and that is going to be the image. But we're not done here. We need to give an image the roundedness. So I'm going to say object cover first, and I'm going to say rounded MD is not it. It was 50 pixels, if you guys remember. Let's check which thing matches with 50 pixels, and I think 2XL should also be good, no? 2XL or 3XL should also be good. So let's just go with that. And border, followed up by border color. We'll fill it, but I think border was like 30% opacity from what was mentioned there. Key thing to note is I just act like I know the numbers, but I'm throwing them around. But now this is done. Let's see what this brings up. Okay, so border is not showing up. That is, yeah, that's fine. And this is primarily because of this. Not sure if it's because of stroke or no. Okay, so we don't need this border. This border, yes, we need. And it's okay. Now we have that. Why is banner PNG not loading? Because it comes under hero. So hero/banner PNG. If we go back, the banner should be up. Why is it not stretching completely? This is interesting. This is very interesting. No, it is object cover. I believe it's too big. No. But this is not required. What mistake have I done here? Interesting, but why do we have the paddings? As a classic example. What if I do this? I think the image consists of this, right? Oh wow, I'll be damned. Very nice. The image had this shit. Okay, shit. This is a classic like bug that you need to figure out.
Yes.
You get this over time. You will get this over time. Wow, very nice. Okay, let me explain the issue that I was facing. Basically, the image had like excess borders on the left, right, top, and bottom. And since I'm on the Mac, I can actually use my selector tool and somehow get rid of the spacing, right? Oh, but Adil, how do I crop this out? Relax. Go to tools, click on crop, you're done. Now, that's edited. Now we go back. Now we open this public banner image. Pull this over here, delete the banner, and move to trash. Now banner image, click on this, replace this to banner, hit enter, remove, go back, set. Very nice. Reload. Should be good. Not good, it's okay. What we do is we get rid of this. We go back. Dash, sorry, I've stopped the server for a second. Now I'm going to go to next. I'm going to remove the cache, delete. Boom, 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 boom. Reload. Should be good. There we go.
By the way, can you upload the images that I've sent over in Slack to area? Let me create a folder. Yeah. So public areas. There's a folder called areas. Can you move that, please?
Done. Great. So now we have all of it. Now we have all of this. Boom. Love the speed. What we have to do is we have to copy this, paste it up there, and get rid of the borders from here. Just have the border there, and we should be golden. Are we? We are. No. Yes. Rounded 3x is repeated. Cool, but I don't think we need the borders here. Yeah, that's good. This is good. Yeah, no. Okay. So go back here and perfect. We need to add the text at the moment. So I'm going to copy the text, and this is like an h2 tag, I would say, or h3. So let's go. Now this is relative. Yeah, we have the image on the background set like this, and it fills the entire width. We need to create an absolute index like so, and we need to have a div which does this. Yeah, almost right. No, not this. So we're gonna use GPT recommendation, whatever we got there, that's fine. This is fine, this is fine. This is also fine. Now, since there's an absolute positioning into zero flex item center, justify center, there's not gonna be justify center, there's gonna be flex column, by the way. But I'm just gonna say absolute like this, so we get like a div inside, and this div will have another div internally, which is going to be like this. class name flex column, and this column will have a gap, and this gap is going to be like doom boom 16, so like gap of 16, yeah, 4. And now if we open this up, we have to see the text, right? So for the text, this is going to be h2, which is exactly what we copied, and I'm going to paste that right there. This property is going to be in like a span because this was a different color, and I'm going to call this as class name text. The color is going to be something else, which is, I think, primary, I'm not sure. 3A3OOD. Secondary. So text secondary and golden. Now let's see, who are you? 6B413D. Tertiary. Great. So we have to first see like what's the size of this, like 56 pixels and bold. So we're going to do font bold first because that's for sure. And 56 pixels matches what exactly? 5XO? No. 6XO? Yes. 60 pixels. Okay, not bad. Let's see how it looks. Alright, fair enough, I can live with that. Then we have a padding for this one, which is interesting, and I think this is too big though. Yeah, it is too big. So I'm going to say 5XL, and I'm going to do width of 40%, like so. This would allow me to break the text properly and have that. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Love it. Then we need the line height set perfectly. So for that, line height was leading, right, Dash?
Yes.
Leading 6. No. I think the leading also is here. And I have to do it myself. 2.5 RAM. I would say 3.5 RAM. Perfect. Now, all this is good. We have it exactly the way we want. We want to have padding, but we will do that in a second. 60. So what I'm going to do is padding of 60. Oh, 60 pixels, which is like 13 or what? Which is not there, of course. Good. This is like regular Poppins 22 with AO67F something, which maps to something we don't have, this color we don't have. So I'm going to call this quaternary, which is a bad practice, but we're doing this quickly. We just need to have 2 colors basically.
Well, I added quaternary, but then I changed it to gold.
It's okay. It's okay. Nobody saw that. Anyways, so we go back to just everyone who is watching this 50-minute video. AO674F, which is 22 pixels, and yeah. I think Excel should be good. And yes, so going back, we can copy this, we can go back to VS Code, and over here we can paste, paste this one over here, boom. Now we go back and we can have a look. Okay, doesn't work, reason being we have not added the width yet to like 40%. Golden. And is it thin? Is it like font thin or something? It looks different over here. Then we have like the CTAs. So I'm going to call this a CTA group. Get started and see all listing, right? So in CTA group, there's going to be like a div, and there's going to be class name, flex items, center, gap, and we're going to copy the gap from here. We are copy pasters over here now. 37 and 37. Come on, yes, nice. Gap 9. Over here, we're going to have two buttons. So again, I'm going to call this as button. I'll do a super generic button. I'm not going to go super crazy on this one. So label, and we're going to call this as button props. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here. Why? Because it's just a convention. So it's a nice to have. And actually, we can do interface. We can also do and. Was this and, or what? Am I missing something? There's some better way to do this, no? What was this? Yes. So we can do this or interface like extends, but I just prefer this. Why? Label, that's it. Now, once this is done, we do comma dot props to get all the props from the button, and then we can kind of throw the props inside. That's good. And specifically say type equals type that comes from the parent. Reason being, we just want it to look like explicit, and then we have on click. And we also have disabled. Again, one good thing over here that we need to practice is that all of the booleans and string values come first, handlers come next, and the destructuring part comes in the end. And that's it. Now we're going to do the class names, right? So for class name, it's going to be a bit simpler. I'm going to go class name, and we have to add the styles now. So the BG was the initial background. I think it's primary color, yeah. And the roundedness was MD, if I'm not mistaken, like 5 pixels or 6 pixels, 9 pixels. Okay, cool. Let's try 10. This is also good. LG is good. So text white, text LG, PX. Okay, this guy just did everything for me. So it's not text white, but let's check the paddings. 28, 20, 20. Now, this is an interesting one, by the way. So I would say like we can add is secondary because you just have like primary and secondary at the moment. If we have like 3 or 4 more variants, we can have a variance prop with like this in like a select mode. So I would just say secondary boolean, and I'm going to get the is secondary over here, and I'm going to call this as false by default because I mean not in a string, of course it's a boolean. And this, now we just pass this down like so. Shit, no. Is secondary is here. So this goes in class name, and for this we need CLSX. CLSX is like a combiner of your class names, which we do not have. We're going to install it very quickly right now, but I'm just going to have this as a base. We don't need autocomplete. Sometimes our brain works. So is secondary, and we remove the background color over here. So is secondary, then background is nothing. If not, we have a background of primary, and we also have the roundedness only then. Right? So that's cool. Now we need to have npm. Are we using pnpm or npm? npm, okay. npm install clsx. Apologies for closing the terminal. We're back up. CLSX is inside. We have imported it. Life's good. Now that's done. Get back here. Let's see. Get started should be there, and also the secondary thing if CTA group is added. And go back. C. Reload. Come on. There we go. Roundedness is missing. Why? Let's figure it out. Go back to button. Oh, interesting. Roundness is back up. Why does this pop more? Oh, it's not the primary color. Okay. How many colors do we have?
That makes sense why this circle is popping. I think you can replace the primary with this one. I don't know from where I got the value, but we can replace the primary with the primary paint, and you can remove primary paint.
No, let's keep it for now. Let's not replace it. Let's replace it if we need it, but not. So get started, and so tracking is wider here for sure, and I see it's uppercase, so I'm going to put this in the button. What is this arrow called? This is a text thing only, right? Yeah.
RARR.
How did it... Okay, anyways, nice. Just worked. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be this. So... Yes.
But we don't need the arrow for the get started button.
I got you. I got you. That's what I'm coming to. Good.
Or why don't we just pass the text as its children here? Because we might.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smarter move. Classic dash.
Nice.
Love it. Now that is done, this is done. CTA group is also done. Last thing remaining. Whoa, not bad, not bad. Halfway done. 1 hour. Yeah, man. So I think it's getting a bit cluttered. So what I would do is I will create something like this. I would just say this is going to be text, inner content. And this is going to be like the bottom card content. There's also a div with a class name of absolute for sure. Not going to be insert 0, rather it's going to be like top full left 0. And it's going to be a flex box of item center with a gap, and this gap is specifically going to be 45 pixels. Great, so let's continue. What do we have now? The gap is cool. We have to have some spacing on the bottom which matches like 59 pixels, so we can have like a margin left or a negative margin right would make more sense of 50 pixels. Inside here we'll have like card. Since we don't have the directory hero, we can't just do hero, so I'm going to do hero card .tsx, and if I open this up we have tsrafce, and over here we can change this. Ooh, Dash is following us, sneaky. Now let's go to props. We copy this, we paste this over here, and inside props, what are the things that we can pass through? We have the title, we have the subheading. So let's call it title, description, and that's it. That's it. Now class name. Now, can you guess why I put relative over here? Because we have that cursor on the left, like this one. So we can create like a div, and we can put it right there. Anyhow, let's get started. 300 plus, 300 plus, and so this is going to be 36 pixels. This is going to be 20 pixels. Why is it not being autofilled? Because it's not being destructured. We are golden. Now over here we have some padding that we have to add for sure. It's going to be like 33 for both sides. Padding of 33 for both sides, let's say 8. And BG white / 80 for the opacity. I think I'm right on the opacity, but let's quickly have a look. Dash, why is there an opacity for this one but not for this one, or am I blind? Okay, I'm blind. I didn't see it. 85%. Cool. So 85%. And border. If there's another border color, I'll be damned.
Not we'll just reuse the same thing for the hero.
No, primary faint. It's the same. We'll clean this up. Like, there's not going to be a production code yet, but I just wanted to give everyone like a feel of how we work. 12%. Yeah, of course it's not rendered because I haven't shown it there. Now we go back to hero, and we can see hero card, and now we can add the title and description. It's not buy. It's not. It's going to be successful projects. 300 plus successful projects and 20 plus clients. Let's say. Are we missing something? Yes, we are. Before we have a look, please let's look at the tracking, right? So there is more tracking for sure over here, or no? No, I'm being skeptical. But we do have uppercase. So I'm going to pass uppercase on both sides. And almost there, but since we have not said, instead of saying top full is like 100%, okay? So what if I do 90%?
Or a bottom of negative 12, a negative bottom 12.
12% or like 12?
Just 12, like bottom 12.
Love it, yeah. But why is the negative margin not being applied?
It's left of 0, right? You can give left of 12
No, that
instead of.
I mean, yeah, you're right. That would move the entire thing.
Yeah.
Love it. Now, hero card is missing the border. $31. Still 3XL, no? Yeah, should match. Blur, backdrop blur. So done, and thank you, Dash. Just saw that. Border. This is A88821. Which color are you? Okay, that is gold. Nice. I was like, who are you, man? Okay, so hero card, the description is actually text gold, and at that same time the text is okay, text is black, that's fine. And if we go to CTA group here, no, why am I going to CTA group? Hero, over here we have to, shit, how do we add this as relative? Oh no, hero card, this is relative already, and this was the setup for our absolutely positioning star class name. There's going to be like height of 6, width of 1, BG of gold, and it's going to be absolutely positioned top 10, left 0, and let's see how this looks. Okay, but it can be better. So can we give percentage over here? Yes. Perfect. Rounded right, full. Not too bad, huh?
I think the previous one was better, like when it aligned with the text. Oh yeah, I remember it now.
We got this, bro. We got this. All good. So now we need to have some gaps. So 19 pixel gap. And the width should match regardless of the inner content.
Yeah.
Fix it with
Or aspect ratio.
aspect ratio breaks in certain devices. 16:9,
Yeah.
yes. What aspect ratio would you recommend?
Can we try 0.5 or like 2 because I'm confused with formats, but yeah, like we'll try 1.5 or 2. And what is this one?
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Removing aspect. Hold on. I don't want to use aspect ratio for some reason.
Yeah,
Let's stay with width, please.
that's good.
Because we get this error even while deploying and stuff for different devices.
Yeah.
Did you do something?
Yeah, so I gave a max width for the description. It seems like that has increased the height. So what I'm doing is reducing the white padding to 4 or 6 maybe. What do you think now?
Yeah, like it. Cool. We should move this a little bit on the top. The thing could be 16%. No, 12%. 14%. Nice.
Yeah.
All good? So, 1 hour, 12 minutes, halfway done through the website. Amazing. Target achieved. Tomorrow we complete the website. First recording, how do you feel, Dash?
Very good. Like we've done this separately, like we've also part program, but doing this live, it is a different experience.
Puts
not
like
gonna
a
lie.
sword on your neck, no? Like you can't do
Yeah,
things as
yeah,
such like that.
yeah. Especially
nice.
open pointer.
Yeah, amazing, man. Good stuff. Let's continue. Let's keep up the pace and let's get this thing completely knocked down. Right? I'm gonna stop recording. First of all, thank you guys. This was like completely unplanned. We usually do pair programming and we just wanted to show or share what we do. Might be useful for you as well. This workflow helps us. So for 2 to 3 people team, this helps. If not, you have to pair separately within the team with each person. But yeah, feel free, drop comments about this if you feel like something is off, if you want us to improve on something, open to reviews or critical comments. And yeah, this was Rafnix. Ciao, ciao.